if you want to get back in, go ahead. If it's okay, we'll just go on. So you want to get back in and try it again?
KD8 ZSH, KD8 SLG. Try restarting your EchoLink, please.
Okay, I'll try to get here in just a little bit. So go ahead and go on, and I'll try to check in before you get out, Jim.
All right, now you was good right there. All righty, Randy. We'll go on. We got you there. Hopefully your daughter's doing good and all is well at your household. So you take care. All righty. Well, now we'll go on over. Let me see. Well, we'll see with the critter. We'll see what the critters are doing. I think this weekend coming, they're going to have to hunker down. KA8 MNT WB8 VMW. Well, it looks like Tom is sleeping in this morning. That's a good thing. Alrighty, let me see. We'll go down to WB6 BJN. How about it, Mark? Sarah? How's everything down there in your part of the country? A little short weather report there.
Hey, good morning, Jim. Good morning to everyone on the, we're in Tennessee, in case you forgot. Clarksville. Take the last train to Clarksville. I don't know if you remember that Monkees song. That's a good way to remember where I am. Hey, good morning to you, Jim, and hope you and your lovely wife are doing well, doing good here. Sarah's doing okay. She's got a little headache this morning. I don't think it's anything out of the unusual. It's kind of that start off in the morning sometimes that she gets. So let's look at conditions here. 30.05.4 on the barometer, and it is rising currently. Let's see, temperature 29.3 degrees, 29 on the dew point, so there's a 0.3 of a degree spread between temperature and dew point, and that means humidity's high at 97%. Let's see, 1 mile an hour on the wind, and then there's no direction because the wind overall has been calm, so no gustiness, just 1 mile an hour. I think it's out of the east right now. Let's see. Yeah, dew point 28.6, and the cold air really hasn't come back in like I thought it would last night. I thought so after the rain the winds would turn north. So maybe that will happen today because they're still predicting cold temperatures. We'll talk about that more. I won't keep you from getting some more stations. We had 0.3 of an inch of rain last night, and it did cool off a little bit. So there you go. Back to you, sir. WB6BJ.
All righty, Mark. Okay, well, we'll get a better weather report later on there. All righty, well, we'll go up to Jacksonville, Florida, and see how see if they survive that cold weather blast that was in there. We'll see if the short straws got the radio this morning. WAJAX WB8 BMW. All righty, who's carrying the radio this morning?
Hey, good morning there, Jim. You predicted correctly. The short straw has the radio this morning. W8JAX. And yes, we're a portable pedestrian already down here in Jacksonville. And Miss Wendy is with me, and K9LUCY.
Good morning. This is K8JAX, and K9LUCY is here with us, too. We're having a good morning. Thanks for giving us a call, Jim.
Yeah, we've got a beautiful sunrise starting over the Atlantic here this morning, and we've got 40 degrees, so it's still a little chilly here this morning, but we're going up to 70. So no complaints there. It's going to be a beautiful day. And Jim, 1 minute, 38 seconds. That's how much daylight you're going to gain today from yesterday. So enjoy the rising time there. So back to you there, Jim, W8JAX, portable pedestrian.
All righty, Rod. Well, it's gaining every day a little bit, so that's good. Yeah, well, yesterday I was hoping that the ducks didn't get frozen in the pond because it had dropped down pretty cold down there. So the ducks didn't freeze in the pond, and you had to break them out of the ice. That's all right. All righty, Rod. Well, you and Wendy, Missy, if she ever comes back into our part of the country, at K9LUCY, and of course the kids, all say safe and healthy. All righty. Now we'll go up to see if Ray and I know Fred's on his couch sleeping. Maybe he's snoring. K5CFY WB8 VMW.
WB8 VMW K5CFY. Good morning, Jim, and all the netizens out there. Not much going on here. We have 24 degrees. I think it's supposed to get up to about 35 or so today, but I think it's going to be an inside day, so maybe watch a little football, I think, later on this afternoon. But anyway, Jim, good to hear you. Hope everybody's doing well. Wave a hand there at Miss Judy, and we'll hang around, and Mr. Phil will be doing the net, so we'll try to check in with him there. So I'll give it back to you, Jim. 73 to you, K5CFY.
All righty, Ray. Well, you and Fred keep warm down there. Spring is coming. Rod, he keeps, if he just fudges the numbers a little bit, maybe it'd get warmer. I don't think he has that much control over it, but at least he could, make us think it's getting warmer. All righty, Ray. You and Fred have a great day. And I will see if Nancy's on there this morning. KI5OZZ WB8 VMW. Are you with us this morning, Nancy, or did you go back to bed? Well, I think she went back to bed. All righty. Well, we'll go down, we'll go LJ, and then we'll see if we miss anybody. KB8LJ, WB8 VMW.
W8WKY.
WB8 VMW from KB8LJ. I don't have much to report here this morning. As I've been working the beds on the air subnet, got to thinking about my childhood, which was long, long ago, and I remember I had a Lionel train that I played with, and sort of a far cry from what HNK gets to do every day. He gets to get out there and play with real trains, and but I got one on him because and play with chickens. I was a chicken trainer, and I did a good job of training chickens, and I'll bet that HNK can't train chickens as well as I can. So this is KB8LJ, back to net.
Well, I don't know about training a chicken, you know. Now, my grandmother, they had a rooster that I ain't kidding you. I'll bet you that rooster would take on a grizzly bear if it got in the hen lot. That thing had a set of spurs on it and everything, and it was just a nasty thing. But he tasted pretty good one Sunday. You know, he tasted just like chicken. All righty. Okay, I think I probably missed somebody or something, so I'll back up. And anybody I miss that wants to jump on there and say good morning, now is your time. I'm sitting and listening.
WB8VMW, this is K8MMY. I had to check the obituary to see if I died. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Chris.
Alpha 8, Charlie.
Well, I don't
Tango.
know if I missed you or I didn't get a hold of you or something, but good morning, and good to hear you this morning. Stay warm out there. Drink lots of hot coffee and stay inside. Thanks for checking in there, Chris. All right, we're sitting and listening. We got about a minute and a half before it becomes an official Barometer Net.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango. Good morning, Jim.
Alpha 8 CT? Is this Craig?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Jim.
Oh, okay, because I think I called you, but I wasn't sure. But I'm glad you chimed back in there. We like to hear the regulars every morning. All righty. Well, we got about 20 seconds before Phil's coming in and boots me off the air and takes over. So, well, maybe we'll just go ahead and call him in here and make sure that his coffee cup is situated and everything, and he's ready to start it and make it legal. K8PMI WB8VMW. We got about 10 seconds and it'll be official, Phil. So are you ready for this mess I've made out here? And I haven't told a lie yet this morning, Bill. Thank you anyway. Over to you, Phil.
Roger, WB8VMW. And don't go anywhere. I got to get your final thoughts. Break. Good morning, Northeast Ohio and all our Outlanders. CQ. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Barometer Net on the W8WKY repeater. We're at 147 Mark 39 megahertz with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. This is a control net open to any and all licensed amateurs. All traffic should go through net control. Emergency traffic is welcome to break in at any time. You also can get us on the Allstar Node at 48496. We have a big list piling up on the screen there, which is great to see. And your net control operator this morning is Phil, and my call sign is Kilo 8 Papa Mike India. So, Jim, we'll send it over to you, WB8VMW. What's your final thoughts for today? And glad that you didn't give any lies this morning. Over to you, Jim.
Yeah, well, I got to watch it because weather service up north there. Bill, he keeps his eye on me, and whenever I tell a lie, he comes in and lets me know all about it. Alrighty. Well, everybody was up and at 'em this morning, doing pretty good. There's a few of them that didn't make it, but hopefully is that they took an extra 5 minutes nap in the morning, and hope everybody stays healthy and stays safe. If you go outside, be sure you're dressed to go outside, and got to make sure that John doesn't get carried away out there trying to shovel snow. So, John, you take it easy up there. All righty. Well, I'm going to back on out of here, and I'm going to head for the kitchen. I hear Judy in there rambling around. Maybe she's getting me some bacon-flavored oatmeal ready. If not, I'm going to be out there cleaning snow off the truck or something. WB8VMW. Everybody stay safe, stay well, and be nice.
All right, we'll be clear with WB8BMW, and thank you for what you did, Jim. I got 24 check-ins, so with my list. If you were on the radio starting at 6 o'clock, I have you on the log. I got 2 that already checked in and out, N8YMY, thanks, John, and AC8AT, John was going back to bed. So everybody else, I got you on the list. What I'm going to do now is call.
KPMI, this is KD8SLG. Hey, Phil, you were cutting in and out on Allstar. I don't know how it's sounding on RF out there for everybody. I'm down the farm, but we kind of missed whatever you just asked for. All right, guys, hold on for a second. Looks like Phil is rebooting everything. Stand by, please. KD8SLG. KPMI, K8PMI, it's KD8SLG. Phil, you still there?
This is K8PMI. Am I getting through now?
W8WK.
Roger, just take it away. I blathered on for a minute to give your node time to reboot.
All right, sorry about that. So you're done now? Because I totally missed that.
Yep, and it sounds like you're holding things more than 2 or 3 seconds at a time now, so have at it. Thanks, Phil. KD8SLG.
All right, thanks a lot, Nick. Always appreciate the work you do. All right, let's head on over to John in Wadsworth, W8TD. This is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net. All right, I know he was going to breakfast, so maybe we missed him. Let's head on over to Tom, WA8GXX. You're up next on the Barometer Net. All right, I'm striking out here. Let me go on to Ron, because I know he's waiting to get on his treadmill. KB8TPQ, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
K8PMI, this is KB8TPQ. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, all the Barometer netizens and the listeners in. Yeah, it's goofy weather, and you're correct. I'm standing here thinking better get on that treadmill. So I got a busy Saturday ahead of me, but thankful to be over that, or almost over that flu I had last week. So you all take care, and thanks, Phil, for handling the net control. Without net control, we have everybody colliding, and appreciate what you're doing. This is KB8TPQ, back to net control.
All right, thank you very much, Ron. Let's head over, let's get our Outlanders in here. Let's see if JJ's still there, and then we'll get to the JAXs. N9TN, this is K8PMI. You still out there, Jason?
Good morning, Phil. My name here is JJ, Juliet. Anyway, yeah, I'm still out here. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, JJ. I just grabbed it up off of NetLogger and screwed it up. So I apologize. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
All right. Well, that's why I don't use that stuff. It doesn't bring up the correct information. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope all is well, and hope everybody's having a good week. We've had some very cold and rainy weather here the last few days. Hopefully it'll start warming up a little bit and act like January here. I don't understand why we have to have cold weather in January, but I'm being facetious. It usually hangs out in the lower 40s, and overnight lows are usually in the teens or 20s. So this is normal this time of year. I don't know why I'm complaining. But we really need about a week or two worth of really good cold, like single digits and stuff. Kill off all these bugs. Anyway, I've got 37 and rain. Wish it'd quit raining. N9TN. Back to you, Phil. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, JJ, thank you very much. We'll be clear with N9TN. Let's head on farther south. I believe the short straw had the radio, but I can't remember. WHJAX, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Hey, good morning there, Phil, and to all on the Barometer Net. This is WHJAX, Portable Pedestrian, the short straw, but the pretty one's with me.
Good morning, Phil. This is K8JAX, and of course, K9LUCY is with us too. We have a beautiful sunrise coming up here, it's sort of a peach-colored glow on the clouds, and but the clouds are clearing out of here too. We're going to have a beautiful day. Hope you have a great one as well. No.
Yeah, we're starting sort of cold down here, 40 degrees, but we're going up to 70, so that's all good there. And the ocean's quiet today, only 2-foot waves out there. And we just passed 22 ducks here on the pond. They're starting to eat. There's a neighbor here that feeds them in the morning, and they're all congregating to get their duck food. Anyway, back to you there, Phil. Everyone have a great Saturday. WHJAX, Portable Pedestrian.
All right, we'll be clear with the JAXs. Thanks for your report and rubbing in the nice weather down there. But I'll be heading to some nice weather here soon, so that's a good thing. All right, on deck is going to, excuse me, is going to be the dog pound. But I want to check to see if Tim is still out there. KZ8TG, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Bill, good morning. Good morning, everybody on the net. Yeah, I didn't know I was on the list. I was on earlier than I usually am this morning. So, yep, just down here in the shack, cleaning and organizing, and got the TV on, catching a little news. So, yeah, good day. Good day to stay inside and do what I call winter cleaning, which is everything except the garage. If it warms up about 20 degrees, I'll go out and clean the garage. But that's spring and fall, and the dead of winter is clean and organize all of the stuff in the basement that I only see once a year when I clean and organize. All right. I might be the only one in this boat. I don't know. You guys have a good one. 73 KZ8TG.
All right, we'll be clear with KZ8TG. Thanks a lot, Tim. And, yeah, we have a lot of QSOs early in the morning. Really enjoy those. All right, I'm going to push the dog pound back one more slot. I forgot another Outlander over in Tulsa. K5 CFY, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
K8PMI and the net. K5 CFY. Good morning, Mr. Phil. Always good to hear from you on Saturday morning. But not much going on here. A little chilly. 27 degrees and light wind. Supposed to get in the 30s today, but good to hear you, Phil. Thanks for doing the net today. We appreciate it. Not much going on, so I'll give it back to you and let you get on down the list to more important people. Have a good one, Phil. Thanks again for what you do. K5, CFY.
All right, Ray, thank you very much. We appreciate what you do as well. That Boredom Breaker net is an awesome net. Just a rough time for me. I probably would have taken that slot if I didn't have plans, but someday I'll do one for you. So we'll be clear with K5 CFY, and let's go to the dog pound. We'll go to Middlemark first, K4OG, and he did send me a picture of his living room, and it does have a lot of antennas in it. But he does have nice, clear space to walk around. It's all surrounded around the edges, so it is well organized there, Mark. K4OG, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
W8WKY. Well, that wasn't my node ID. And K4OG here. Good morning, K8PMI. All right, Phil. Yeah, it's an organized hot mess. And, my answer is 24 miles an hour. Yep, that's the average airspeed of an unladen swallow. K4OG, back to Phil.
K4OG, that sounds good as long as you didn't cheat. Hi. All right, we'll be clear with K4OG. Now let's get down to Southern, Mark. KE8SFS. I know he got his bed in, and I was planning on swinging over there, but he just got his instructions, and he needs some help building that bed. So we need to get a couple guys over to KE8SFS's place to help him build his bed. So, Mark, why don't you give us a bed report and let us know how the chest is going. KE8SFS, this is K8PMI, you're up next.
Oh, it's doing okay, and I need to get the bed together. It takes two people to do it. That's what the instructions said. So I'm going to have to get somebody else to help me with the bed. And I got the instruction yesterday in the mail. Can you believe that? The bed came Thursday, and then the instruction came yesterday in the mail. So I don't know. Ain't crazy, and you know, and we got 31 degrees here. It says light snow, but I don't. It says 0%, so I don't know. It's supposed to get high at 34 today, and it feels like 21 degrees right now, and the wind is 12 miles per hour southwest. Gas price $2.77 to $2.79 all around Wilder, and that. Let me drop that for a bit. Yeah, like I said, you know, the chess. I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday I played online, and I won a couple games and lost a couple games. So I broke out even yesterday. But other than that, doing okay, everything. Like I said, hoping to play somebody, and I hope you can get somebody to help me with the bed. Like I said, you know, to put it together. Like I say, I got the instruction and everything now, and so, you know, if somebody can help me with this bed, you know, to put it together, and you know, I found out it's a full bed. I thought it was a twin bed, but it's a full Victoria bed. Oh, brother. How it is. And with that, I'll get it back to you, Phil. You're running the net good today. Kia at a sir, Bucto, sir.
All right, we'll be clear with KE8SFS. I will try to work on it, Mark. I'm busy today, and it's like an hour drive down to you. But we'll get something figured out, and we'll get that bed put together sooner or later. All right, let's head on up to Northern Mark over there in Aurora. KC8FQV, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
All right, Phil, yep, just down the street from you about. Yeah, I checked outside. There was a little snow last night. Not much, you know, a heavy dusting. I know the walk was clean when I came home last night. I went up to have the phone looked at because the volume key keeps coming up, and they said, well, and I thought there might be software glitch. It's a Pixel 7, so... And the guy looked online. He said, yeah, there's a ton of complaints about the Pixel 7, I guess. Got volume issues with the thing popping up on the screen. So, I was at the store yesterday, and we were going to buy one thing of pop for $5.99. And when we rang it out, it was 10-something. And we asked, and the gal said, oh, you got to buy 3 of them. You give them $5.99. I said, well, we went back and we got 2 more, and then I said, we've seen some of the other stuff. So we got cans and bottles now. So we have all kinds of stuff here. But I do have to have regular pop if I'm low. Matter of fact, I was at the store, and that's why we had to get one. So I was at the store. I was down at 75, and I don't like being, I'm home okay with that, but not out running around. I don't want to be at 75. I want to be a little higher than that. So I drink regular pop and bring it up. But everything else is going good. Took my mom yesterday to the eye doctor, and they just checked her. Everything's good. So another month back, and then they'll do the shots. But other than that, yeah, I got 40 pounds of salt to carry down. Times 10. For the water softener, so, but I did that, and I said, well, I'd rather haul it when it was cleaner weather then, but, well, hopefully we'll get some of this real cold weather, and we can turn the snow machine off. That we gotta get that lake froze over, so we'll send it back your way, Phil. Yeah, I wanted to get to the meeting. I don't know, did you just do a one-way ticket down and just keep going south until you got to the meeting, or did you go back home? I think you just kept going south and never went back home until after the meeting. So, back it comes, Phil, KCFQV.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. We'll be clear with KC8FQV, and yes, Mark, I didn't even go home because I go down to Cuyahoga Falls, so might as well not go north when the roads were bad, so I just went farther south to the meeting. So plus I got a four-wheel drive, so the snow doesn't bother me. It's just the stopping. So other than that, we'll be clear with Mark. Thanks a lot, Mark. We're going to do our weather now. Mark, you will be second. We're going to do space weather first with Bill. N8WS, this is K8PMI. What do you got for the net this morning?
K8PMI in the group, N8WS. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, all in net. Well, let's see. My air quality index is at 54. Tropos at a 0. I got 27 degrees this morning. Humidity 72%. Wind speed south at 17, gusting to 29. Barometer 29 at 67. Dew point 19 degrees. Visibility 9 miles. Yeah, it might be. I can see that tower light. That's 3 miles away from me. Anyhow, prediction for today is a slight chance of snow showers. Cloudy with a high near 32. South wind around 13 miles an hour, gusting as high as 25 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation is only 20%. Okay. My sunrise, 7:49. My sunset, oh, come on, I don't want advertisement. Come on. There we go. My sunset is 5:29. Length of day, 9 hours, 39 minutes. We're gaining a minute every day. And let's see here. Solar flux indices of 148. Sunspot number 144. A is 26. K is 4. Geomagnetic field is active. No east shift predicted. Spaceweather.com. Weekend aurora forecast. High latitude skywatchers might see auroras this weekend. The stream of high speed, 700 kilometers per second, solar wind is blowing around Earth, and the pressure is exerting on our planet's magnetosphere clouds, spark G1, G2 class geomagnetic storms. Auroras inside the Arctic Circle are almost guaranteed on January 17 and 18. And a rare gathering of planets. This is a leftover from 2 days ago, so they keep showing it. But these things keep blasting off on the sun, and they got a chronograph of that. You got to look for that conjunction, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. Be darn sure you got the right filter for your goggles. Currently, there's 9 sunspot groups on the sun. That's why the activity is so high. We're getting more and more sunspot groups. Okay, that's about it for me. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you Monday if we can. KPMI in the group, 7-3, everyone, N8WS.
NWS, we'll be clear with you. Thank you for the space weather report. And now we're going to head down to Mark, WB6BJN. And listening to the W8WKY Barometer Net. Net control operator is Phil, K8PMI. And we're now going down to Clarksville, Tennessee, WB6BJN. What do you got for the net?
Hey, good morning, Phil. Good morning to everyone on the Barometer Net. Well, it's chilly here this morning, but not as cold as I thought it was going to be. So I think maybe the colder air is going to get in here a little later. Let's go ahead and do conditions, and we'll tell you what we think is going to happen over the next 6 to 7 days here. Currently, 30.06.6 on the barometer, and it is rising currently. 30.6 degrees, and it feels like 26 degrees. So 36 and feels like 26. This morning's low in 28.6. So things are starting to rise a little bit. Humidity, 89%. 4.1 gusting to just 4 miles an hour. It's not gusting, so 4 miles an hour out of the southwest. No rain today, but we did pick up 31 hundredths of an inch of rain as the Clipper system came through, and didn't drop any snow, but it dropped some rain. But they're talking about a 20% chance of snow here today. I don't think that's going to happen, but because it's going to be kind of warm, 38 to 40 degrees here today. So, what's going on? I do believe that a lot of the Midwest, even you guys in Ohio, are going to get some snow later today, tonight, and even into tomorrow. And frigid Arctic air for Monday night and Tuesday. The snow situation could be hazardous, even though not large amounts are going to happen. But the fact that the cold temperatures it's so cold at the surface, this allows slick spots to happen on the road. When it clears, there could be some black ice. So people need to be very careful over the next few days. If there happens to be any freezing rain, that could create ice. That's possible. But temperatures could get seriously cold, in fact, dangerously cold Monday night and Tuesday, with temperatures in the single digits and up to as much as 10. But wind chills could be as much as 10 to 20, maybe even 25 below, with some strong gusty winds. And wind chill is a very dangerous thing. The faster the wind blows, the more heat energy escapes your body, and hypothermia is a real problem. So people need to be very careful. Let me take a break. Time this thing out. So there will be that problem through at least Tuesday, and pretty much a lot of wintry weather active conditions through much of midweek, and possibly again toward the end of the week, with cold weather holding in the Midwest. If you're coming further south, it does look like it'll warm up in Florida today, but another shot of cold air, these Arctic fronts come through, so it could cool down again tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. Then we think for the Mid-South and even parts of the Midwest, things will warm up a little bit as that low-pressure area over the eastern part of the nation starts to flatten just a little bit. Let me take a... Same time, the high-pressure area that's bringing the really warm temperatures, 80s, 70s, and 80s over Southern California, will start to flatten a little bit, and there could be some rain beginning maybe in the northern part of California, maybe at the end of next week, but it really just depends on how quickly that high breaks down, and if it really breaks down a lot. So very dry out west behind their rain that they had for a few weeks, and that high extends clear into Alaska and the Arctic, and that's exactly why we get plunging cold fronts out of the Arctic in the middle and eastern part of the nation. So if that high starts to break down, especially over Alaska, that hopefully will improve things. But not too sure about that yet. Cold weather for a lot of area for the foreseeable future. Bill, back to you. Everybody stay safe, keep warm, stay on the warm side of the door. Back to you, sir. WB6BJN.
All right, we'll be clear with WB6BJN. Now let's head out to North Bedstead. Chuck, KB8LJ, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
Okay, this is KB8LJ. I don't have all that much to say this morning, but I guess I got to thinking in terms of railroading and that kind of thing, which in reality I know essentially nothing about, but I do have some nostalgia from an earlier time in railroading. When I was a real little kid, I had just learned to read, and I was riding in the car with my parents and came to a railroad track, which was the New York Central main line between New York and Chicago, which is now the Conrail main line between those two cities. And we had to stop at the crossing because there was a train coming at us rather fast. And it was a train that was being pulled by a steam locomotive. And it was chugging right along. And all the cars on the train were cars that had windows in them, and there were lights on inside, and there were people and passengers in there. It was really quite an amazing sight. And when the train passed, there was an illuminated sign on the last car of the train, and I was just old enough I could read, and it said 20th Century Limited. And that train was the most prestigious train there ever was, I guess, that carried passengers between New York and Chicago. And it was exciting. Got to see it. So, KB8LJ, back to net.
All right, Chuck. Thanks for those good memories. We'll be clear with KB8LJ. Let's head on over down to Akron with Elmer. Hopefully he's gotten his chickens all fed. KE8HNK, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Phil, good morning, rest of the listeners. Well, I've been hearing a little bit of train chatter. So the one gentleman that has Lionel trains. I have HO scale, and I have a steel mill that I'm actually in the process of building. But that's kind of put on hold with all the other projects and things. Yeah, I don't work for the railroad, but I have been a rail fan and a photographer for the past, since I was a kid. But, yeah, and, of course, tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm not doing too much today. Just going to go out and play around in the shop a little bit, take care of the chickens, and then get ready for the cold snap. So it's just one of those things that getting it done. So with that, good hearing everybody on the net. So stay healthy, stay blessed. This is K8HNK. Back to Net Control 73.
All right, Elmer, we'll be clear with KE8HNK. Let's keep it in Akron. KD8ZSH. Randy, how many dogs you got? I would say 3 dogs are on your lap now. They probably are all cold and trying to keep you warm. This is K8PMI.
KD8ZSH. Good morning, Phil. Morning, everybody. Am I coming through all right now? I didn't do too good this morning from the kitchen, but I'm back to the lift chair and on the computer, so hopefully I'm coming through a little better. One dog, they just come in from outside. We're doing all pretty fair. The daughter's still sleeping, but she finished up her last physical therapy session yesterday, so she told me she thinks that helped. So hopefully things will run a little bit smoother for her. Just wanted to say hi. Be safe out there. Stay warm. This is KD8ZSH clear. Back to net. 73s, everybody.
All right, Randy, you have a great day and be safe. We'll be clear with KD8ZSH. Now let's grab Craig down in Shreve. AA8CT, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
PMI. Good morning, Phil. A beautiful day. It's actually getting light out. Great to see you Thursday and share a little time with you at the meeting. It was wonderful. The only thing that was wrong with the meeting was the 8 degrees when we left. Wow. To all the barometer netters out there, be safe. And, we've got a little bit of just a dusting coat down here in Shreve, but the temperature's not, it's tolerable. And it is January, and it is Ohio. And, it's nice to talk to the Outlanders down in Oklahoma and Florida and listen to the much milder temperatures. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Phil. Thanks for being the NCO this morning. And we got through that little glitch, which wasn't a real big deal. My friends out there, be safe, enjoy the day, and make it a good one because only you can. AAHCT, back to K8PMI. 73s, and talk to you down the log, Phil. Thank you.
All right, we'll be clear with AAHCT. Now let's head up over to the North Coast, and we'll start off in Amherst with Chris, and then we'll get over to Scott and see how much the lake is frozen, if you could still see water. So we'll start off with KE8MMY. This is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
K8PMI, having a good morning here, listening to everybody on the net and looking out and seeing that the roads are nice and clear and the driveway's nice and clear, so I'm hoping it stays that way. The National Day Calendar Day is quite powerful today. Today is Bootlegger's Day, and it is also Hot Buttered Rum Day, and it's Popeye the Sailor Man Day, and it's also Use Your Gift Card Day. So I think you could use your gift card for maybe that hot buttered rum. So there you go. I think that will keep us all toasty warm inside. KE8MMY. Back to you.
All right, we'll be clear with KE8MMY. Thanks a lot, Chris. You have a great day. And 73s, let's head on over to Vermilion. So, Scott, is the lake frozen by you, or can you still see water? KE8VOX, this is K8PMI.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, all listeners. This is KE8VOX, Scott, up here on the shores of Lake Erie, and it's all open water there, Phil. A little bit of ice right along the lake shore here, the sandy beach where it got the wind blew it up, but otherwise it's open. But we're starting out here at 34.3 degrees. The wind's out of the south between 10 and 6. Lake temperature is 33.4, and less than a foot waves, maybe between a foot and a half foot of waves here on the lake. Got a little bit of a late start this morning. Stayed up late. I purchased a Creality K2 printer and 3D printer, and last night with their app and my filament order showed up. I was up late playing around and learning what it all can do, or what it can all do when I'm sitting there staring at it. Those things are pretty nifty, and now you don't even have to stand there and watch it. Their app has the machine has a camera in it. You can sit there in your shack and watch it work, and it's got sensors in there and tells you when something's goofed up and all that. Pretty close to a plug and play almost. Not quite. Still got a lot of computer stuff I gotta learn, but otherwise it's just amazing. And the video from the camera is pretty doggone good. It's better than watching TV. That's all I got, Phil. Thanks for getting me in. Thanks for doing the net. And this is KE8 to VOX, sending it back to net control.
All right, we'll be clear with KE8VOX. Yeah, I don't have a 3D printer. I find them interesting, but I don't know what I'd make with it, and I think they're big and bulky. I need more room in my house. Hi. All right, that brings us to the bottom of the list, quarter to the hour. Wow, that was a long list. All right, I'm looking for questions. So this is the W8WKY repeater, the Saturday morning edition of the Barometer Net. Your net control operator is Phil, K8PMI, and I'm looking for check-ins. Call now, please.
Good morning, guys. This is K8KIZ, Kilowatt 8, Kilo, India, Zulu, in Avon Lake, Ohio. Wishing you guys a good day, albeit cold, but a good day. 7-3, in and out.
Charlie 8, November, Oscar, Victor, KC8, NOV, Marty, Mobile, in and out.
K8PMI, this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor, Quebec X-Ray, KE8VQX, Joe in Akron.
K8PJW.
KF8AHK, Dale and Louisville.
November 8, Bravo, Alpha, Yankee, N8, BAY, Ralph and Stowe, in and out.
All right, I'll pick it up there. K8KIZ, I got you in and out. KC8NOV, I got Marty in and out. I got you, Joe. I got you, Phil. The KF8 station, all I got was KF8H. Come back with your call, please.
KF8, Alpha, Hotel, Kilo, Dale and Louisville.
All right, I got you, Dale, and then I had N8BAY in and out. All right, let's go to Joe, KE8VQX. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
W8WKY.
K8PMI, this is KE8VQX. Good morning, Phil, and everyone on the Saturday morning net. Good to hear everybody. Yeah, Phil, I'm kind of with you on the 3D printers. I keep hearing about them, and they sound really, really cool. Half tempted, but like you said, they're kind of bulky. I'd have to figure out where I'd put the thing, and then I don't know what I'd make with it either. I'm sure I could come up with something, but I'd rather be able to make stuff that's just not little trinkets, which is probably what I'd end up doing with it. Anyway, starting initial packing for a little bit of a ski trip, going to head up to Ellicottville to do a couple of days of skiing. It's my buddy's birthday, so we're going to make a little ski trip out of it. Unfortunately, it's going to be like 2 degrees on Tuesday, which is our main day of skiing, so that'll separate the men from the boys. I'm sure there'll be little kids out there not caring at all about the weather. Anyway, thanks for getting me in, Phil. This is K8VQX, back to KA8PMI.
KE8VQX, very good, Joe, and you have a great day snow skiing when you go there. Yeah, 2 degrees is pretty darn cold. All right. Next up on the list is my buddy Phil, K8PJW. This is K8PMI. What kind of history lesson you got for us?
K8PMI, K8P2W. Good morning, neighbor, and good morning to the Barometer netizens out there. Great to hear one this morning. We're starting the day off here at 30 degrees, set it up to 32 for lucky, and then back down to 16 and 24 tomorrow. So we're on the roller coaster. It's gonna be a cloudy day. Barometer's at 29.89, and
gas dropped a little bit more here. We're at 283 now, so slowly but surely we're getting back into a better range. So tonight we're going to meet up with the CERT team. We have a post-holiday dinner over at a restaurant nearby, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, I'm just icing my shoulder right now and just trying to get rid of this pinched nerve that's been bugging me for a few months now. So hopefully that won't take too much longer. With that, I'll take a break for time. So in 1861, the flush toilet is patented by none other than Mr. Thomas Crapper. Honest. 1871, the first cable car was patented by Andrew Smith Halliday. 1928, the first fully automatic photographic film developing machine was patented. 1949, the first Volkswagen Beetle arrives in the United States from Germany. And in 1953, a prototype Chevrolet Corvette sports car made its debut at the General Motors Motorama Auto Show. It was named for the fast type of naval warship that would eventually become an iconic American muscle car. And that's the way it was. This is KAPJW. Back to the net.
All right, we'll be clear with KAPJW. Good job there, Phil. And we'll catch you on down the log. All right, let's head on out to Louisville. KF8AHK. This is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Oh, just finishing up my breakfast here, and gonna run out and run a few errands. The other guy was talking about skiing. I used to do a bit of skiing locally around here. I never made it out west. Used to go to Pennsylvania, New York, and the Green Mountains and Vermont a couple of times, but don't think I could do it this day and age. This age, anyways. Anyway, gotta run out. My daughter's birthday is Monday. I'm gonna pick up a little cake and a card for her, and run a few other errands. And other than that, everybody be safe. Be careful with the cold weather coming up. Make any necessary plans for your pets or whatever that you have, and just be careful out there. With that, I'll hand it back to Net Control 73, and have a good day, everybody.
All right, we'll be clear with NAPAY. Thanks a lot, Ralph. And you have a great day, and 73 to you as well. All right, Dad. Bottom of the list. We're looking for more check-ins. Hopefully people are rolling out of the rack and turning on the radio. So this is the WAWKY Sarah Barometer Net. This is K8PMI. And call now, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Echo Golf Hotel, KE8 EGH, cabin and higher.
WATXX Mole. N8MWY, Don and Minerva, Ohio. Just listening, 73.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8, DZA, Eric in Strongsville.
73 zone.
WATXX Mobile.
Let me pick it up there. All right, let me pick it up there. We had a couple crashes there. I got KE8 EQH. I got WAHGXX. I got N8YNY. I got KE8 UZA. And then I got someone in Chardon that I didn't get a call on, and then there was someone else in there. So the Chardon station, go ahead. All right. It must not have been a Chardon station. If you didn't hear your name, call. Give me a call back. This is K8PMI.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee, N8MWY, Don and Minerva.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Romeo Zulu, Terry in Ellenboro, West Virginia, KF8ERZ. I'll be in and out this morning. 73s, everyone.
KE8VZA, Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, Eric in...
One more try. All right, I'm going to start from the top of the list here. KE8EQH, Kevin, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
I'm going to correct you on my call signs, EGH, Echo Golf Hotel. That's okay. After all these years, I still get a tongue twisted out of my head. So, well, anyway, good morning, everybody. I am currently having coffee, sitting here with the puppy dog. And gonna get ready, gotta get up and move in here soon. Gotta go see my grandson play basketball at West G today, and then I get to install a new bathtub in one of our apartments. So gotta take care. Everybody enjoy the weather, stay warm. I guess you can't enjoy cold weather this cold, but stay warm and be safe. KE8EGH.
Kevin, sorry for butchering your call. You have a great day. We'll be clear with KE8EGH. Let's head on over to Tom. Sorry, you're mobile, and I should have thrown you to the top of the list. WA8GXX, this is K8PMI.
W8WKY.
Good morning, Phil. Yeah, thanks for being there. And I was running there in Medina. Be going to work at 9, and yeah, at least everything road-wise is in good shape right now. I think we got some work coming a little later, and then temperature's going to drop for tomorrow. You have a good one. KPMI, WAGXX.
All right, we'll be clear with WA8GXX. Now let's grab N8, I believe it was WNY. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Good morning, everyone on the net. November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee, N8MWY, over here in Minerva, Ohio, Stark County. Enjoying this relatively warm weather this morning. Walked outside and saw about an inch of snow on the car, but pretty warm temperatures compared to what we've had. That was a nice break, and I know it's not going to last long, unfortunately, but this is Ohio. So that I'll say 7-3s, and glad to get to check in. I listen during the week, but I'm at work, so I can't check into the net. So everyone have a good weekend, and if you have the 3-day weekend, even better. I'm getting the 3-day weekend as well, so we'll enjoy the extra time off. 7-3s, November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee.
All right, Don, thank you very much. N8MWY will be clear with you, and you have a great day. Now let's go to KE8UZA. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Phil, was that KE8VZA or UZA?
Well, now that I plugged it into NetLogger, it must be DZA, because UZA I know is not you. So KE8VZA, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
KE8PMI in the net. KE8VZA here. UZA, VZA, you can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for Nick at Night's smoked brisket. There you go. Looking forward to Winterfield Day, and sent the Canine Forward Weather Observer out this morning, and he took his usual one step off the deck and hung around for a little bit and came back. He's 15. He renegotiated his contract, so he doesn't really have to go all the way out into the backyard. So it's his option. That's 105 for you and me. So I get it. Anyway, just getting up here and getting rolling and going to breakfast with the kids. My wife has to work, so she can't go, but our son is going to go back to college on Monday down at Miami U in Oxford. It'll be his final semester before graduation, so looking forward to breakfast this morning. Good to hear everyone. 7-3, thanks for running that. So KE8VZA back to net control.
13196.
Derek, thank you very much. We'll be clear with KE8VZA, and we had our Taiwanese node identified. So next up was an in and out. KF8ERZ was in and out. That takes it to the bottom of the list. And I'm looking for more check-ins. This is K8PMI on the W8WKY Barometer Net. Call now, please.
November 8, Mike Kilo Romeo, N8MKR, mobile.
All right, that last station, taking it. We're going to give it a second and get it over to N8MKR. I think you called in the last round, and I accidentally clocked that off. I apologize. N8MKR, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
Good morning, sir. Nothing to apologize for. I did not check in. This was my first check-in. Just out and about. Headed to the range this morning and turned on the net. Heard at least one familiar voice out there. Checking in from Minerva, top of the morning all. And that's all I got. Good day to be alive. And I'm only working a half a day today, so I'm thrilled with that. N8MKR, 7-3.
All right, it sounds good, John. You have a great day, and 73s to you. We'll be clear with N8MKR. We're at the top of the hour. It seems like it's slowing down. I'll do a last call unless we get a boatload of people. But this is K8PMI on the W8WKY Sarah repeater with the Saturday morning edition of the Barometer Net. This is K8PMI, and I'm listening. All right, nothing heard. Let's send it on down to Carrie. Hopefully you're not sleeping in there, Carrie. W8CTM, this is K8PMI. You out there, Carrie?
Good morning, Phil, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this super Saturday morning. Well, at least it's not really, really cold yet out there. I got 32 degrees this morning, so that's not too terribly bad for January, but I think the cold weather is going to come in real quickly here in the next day or two, and it is January, like I said. Anyway, Phil, good net this morning. I don't have anything for the net, but I listened to the whole net this morning, so that's unusual for Saturday, where I get up before 7. But anyway, I'm here this morning, so everybody have a super Saturday out there and a good weekend, and hopefully next week will go well for everybody. And I do want to ask everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do. Put a smile on somebody's face. I think we all need that today, and maybe in the future we'll even need it more. Who knows? But that's the way it goes. So with that, I'll say 73. This is W8. CTM carry at Portage Lakes. Everybody have a great day out there, and we'll turn it back to Phil there, K8PMI, to take it and close it up and do whatever you got to do there, Phil. But run a great net this morning, and too bad people didn't get out of bed for it. So that's what I have today. Everybody have a great one, and over to you, Phil, to wrap it up. 73, y'all.
All right, we'll be clear with W8CTM. Yes, I'm butchering it all now. Yep, Terry, you were number 35, so it wasn't that bad of a net. All right, the Barometer Net is a tradition that goes back almost 30 years when a local group of amateurs got together in the morning to discuss their weather station data. We are grateful to all those that have come before us. Garlock, K8BYR, Dorothy, WBAJTW, Tom, K8DSD, and our net control emeritus, Ron, KD8CVS. Over the years, the Barometer Net has grown to be a morning staple for local hams to stay in contact, share real-time traffic, gas price information, and community announcements. This net meets regularly Monday through Saturday, starting at 7 a.m. and runs for about an hour. Successful nets rely on your participation, so please be a regular check-in. From the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association on the WKY repeater, we're at 147 Mark 39 megahertz. In Doylestown, we now return this frequency to regular amateur radio use. 73, everybody. This is K8PMI.
N8MWY, N8OFP.
N8OFP, N8MWY. We'll talk about some old voices. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I about fell off my chair when I heard you check into the net. Good morning. How you doing?
Real good, Del. Real good. I listened to this repeater quite a bit and hadn't heard you, and I scanned quite a few different repeaters and hadn't heard you, and I wondered if you were still active anymore. So good to hear you out here. Go ahead.
Yeah, same here. I'm not on VHF or UHF all that much. I spend most of my time down on the HF bands and stuff, but the radio is always on here scanning multiple repeaters, and just happened to be up here this morning in the shack and heard you check in, so I thought I'd see if you were still around. Been a while. So we're doing good over this way. I retired at the beginning of this year, so every day Saturday for me now.
Good to hear there, Doug. Good to hear. I think last time I talked to you, I think you just started having grandkids. But man, that's been so long that they got to be at least teenage years by now or better. My daughter's 23 now, and I don't even know if I even had her last time I talked to you. It's been that long.
Yeah, it has been. My youngest grandchild is 18, 19, something like that. So yeah, it's been a while, and no, I didn't know you had a daughter. That's pretty cool. So you active on HF at all?
I strive to be, but I don't have any antennas up right now. Thinking about maybe at least throwing up a long wire or something to get on there. Well, I take that back. I have an 11 meter vertical I have up that I use more for low bands than 10 meters. But I should get the HF rig back out and see what I can do on 10 meters. I was back, I don't know, late 25, or no, late 24, when 6 meters was really flying. I was listening to the California State Patrol a lot on 50 or 49 megahertz down in that range, and I haven't listened to any of that in a while. It seemed to kind of petered out, and I even took that radio offline. But yeah, if you do any 10 meters, and maybe we can get together on 10 sometime if I'm not too far away. NAWY.
N8OFP. Yeah, a little bit of 10 meters. My antenna isn't real good for 10 and stuff. I've got an old, it's been up there for many, many years, off-center fed dipole, and it doesn't do real well on 10. But yeah, maybe sometime we can catch up. If you want, my email on QRZ is good. So if you want to set up a schedule sometime, we can give it a shot and see what happens. But yeah, good to hear you. I can go down and get ready for the rest of the day. So been wondering if you were still around. So good to hear you on the air, and maybe we'll catch up again. Have a great day. 7-3 N8OFP.
Sounds good, Dale. Good to talk to you. Good to hear you. Glad you're still around and active. And I'll see what I can throw up for HF, and maybe we can do something down there. 7-3's N8OFP, November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee.
N8OFP, KC8DEO.
Good morning, Benny. How are you doing today, N8OFP?
Pretty good, Dale. It's been a while. How you been? Yeah, just leaving breakfast this morning. So I'll meet with some of the guys for breakfast. So, but yeah, just out and about a little bit this morning. But how's it going? You still working, or did you retire?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, other than it's too cold for me. I'd rather have the 70s. Bring it on anytime. And no, I full-time retired as of the first of the year. I was part-time retired last year. Started last January. Worked just a couple days a week, couple hours a day and stuff. But this year, it's every day is a Saturday now.
There you go. Yeah. Every now and then I talk to Brian and stuff and ask about you and stuff. So haven't talked to him recently either, though. So have to stop and see him. Anyhow, okay, I'm gonna let you go here. I'm gonna have to jump out of here. So you have a good one. We'll maybe catch up with you later. KC8DEO.
Good to hear you, Benny. And tell Brenda I said hi. 7-3 N8OFP.
W8WKY.